Welcome back to another episode of Reality Hits Matt. I'm your host, Michelle.
And I'm Matt.
This is a podcast where I watch reality TV and my husband reacts. Today we'll be talking about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Season 1, Episode 6.
Episode 6.
Yeah. There's only 8 total, so we're almost done the first season.
That's great. We're getting through it.
Do you want to give us a recap of last week's episode?
Sure. Season 1, Episode 5.
Yeah.
Before I jump into my recap here, I just want to thank everybody for listening. Whatever podcast platform you're on, it would help us out if you could like, follow, subscribe, rate, comment, all those great things. We really appreciate it. So, recap of last episode. This is where the girls were coming back from the trip to Park City for Macy's birthday. Starts off, they're coming back. A lot of tension, I guess, with all the drama that ensued on the trip. Whitney decides to leave the group chat, the Mormon Wives group chat. All 8 of them are in there. She leaves. Whitney has left the chat.
Whitney has left the building.
Whitney has left. And then she also blocked Demi on social media, and we think her phone number as well, because you'd said that Demi had left her a voice note.
Yeah, they weren't sure.
Didn't think it went through, not sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't played on the episode. We don't know what it said.
Yeah.
Who knows? So Whitney leaves the group chat. There is some drama with Jessi and Demi saying that Demi should be the new leader of Mom Talk.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily drama yet. It's just they're talking about how Demi should be the new leader.
Yeah. Well, you said then there was like a cutaway. It went to Taylor, and she was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, the producers did ask Taylor her thoughts about Demi being the new leader, and how Jessi said she would be better, and she goes, sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so yeah. So I guess a little drama, but not really in the group.
Right. Okay. And then later on in the episode, I guess they went to this paint room, which you thought was going to be like a rage room, but it ended up just being like spraying paint on stuff and splattering paint.
Yeah, it was just like paint splatter.
So I guess Whitney wasn't invited to that.
Correct.
Taylor didn't come because she's pregnant.
That's what we're assuming, yeah.
Right. Okay. And then also in the episode, the big part of the episode, I think, was kind of Layla's divorce funeral party.
Yeah.
So it was at a club, and Taylor couldn't come, we assume, because she's on probation. She can't go to the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my investigative assumption.
Right. And then before the party, Layla had said that she wanted Whitney to be there. She does consider her a friend.
Yeah.
So Demi says that Whitney's not going to show up because she doesn't like to go to things where she's uncomfortable. She just left the group chat kind of out there. I think Macy reached out to her earlier in the episode. They talked.
Yeah, they talked.
And then everybody, I guess, kind of goes through Macy instead of actually reaching out to Whitney, which is kind of shitty. It came up during the party. There was a lot of talking. Demi and Whitney did talk during the party.
Yeah, Demi. No, well, Demi approached Whitney.
Yeah, came over to her table.
And Whitney.
Jessi and Whitney talked because of things that were said at the birthday party. Right. Okay. So there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of what seems to be angry folks, angry at each other. A lot of things were said at the party. I guess everybody's going behind Whitney's back and talking bad about her. She didn't know that. She thought she just kind of had issues with Taylor and Demi.
Yeah. The big thing that Jessi told Whitney during that conversation was that aside from Macy, everyone in the group has talked shit about her.
Yeah.
And so she goes, I think the big problem with this group is that everyone goes around talking shit behind each other's back, and we all think we're friends, but really we're not. And I can tell you that everyone besides Macy, because she's been really loyal with you, they've like talked about you.
Yeah.
And that blindsided Whitney. Yeah. And that plays into this episode.
Okay. All right.
So,
The only other thing I got, I think, from last week was Macy started her own business, kind of for new moms, expecting moms, like supplements and stuff. She had asked Taylor to come and do a photo shoot for her business.
Yeah.
and Dakota came along with,
Yes.
which was a little weird. And then he was asking to have some photos taken with Taylor. He took his
Yeah.
shirt off.
Yeah.
Like shit got really weird.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to talk to Macy about like their issues, and that really wasn't the time. Taylor
Taylor
wants them to
wanted
talk.
them
Yeah.
to
So then
talk.
they set up like a, hey, let's do this tomorrow. Like Macy was busy. She's working,
Yeah.
obviously. This photo shoot is for work. It's not just for whatever.
Yeah.
So then Macy comes over the next day, and that just opens up like a can of worms about all kind of stuff. They got into like their issues that kind of she
Yeah.
wasn't really a part of. She was just kind of saying that she saw some possible red flags based on
Yeah.
previous relationships and what she's seen between the two of them.
Mhm.
And then it turned into just a whole mess. And
Yeah.
she's like, "Why am I here?"
Yeah,
This,
it turned into Taylor and Dakota fighting
yeah,
and
yeah.
not really about Macy and Dakota. So,
Yeah, and that's what I got out of
yeah.
last week. Did I miss anything important?
No, no, I think you hit on the good highlights, and I'm really impressed because you have no notes in front of you. So
Yeah,
that
no, I didn't do any notes this week. I was really trying to brainstorm.
yeah, no.
Um, I do listen. I do re-listen after this is, after we record and you edit. I do give a listen before we schedule it to be posted Thursday. So, I think my memory's doing all right.
Yeah, that's a good thing. All right. So episode 6 starts where they're highlighting Whitney and Taylor and kind of like catching up on what they're doing. So Whitney and Connor are getting the kids ready for church. So it's kind of like just an everyday family, like get the snacks ready, coloring books, because when you have young kids at church, I don't know about you, but we had coloring books and stuff.
Okay,
And
yeah, I didn't go, but probably coloring books would have been nice.
so halfway through, right before you had your homily, which is when the priest talks in church, they would actually bring the kids downstairs.
It's like the daycare,
Yeah, and so, like, we would have our own, like it would be relevant to the reading that day, and, like, you would learn about it, but in a kid's way,
like
where it's like
the kids bop version
yeah,
of the sermon that day.
yeah, and so, like,
Okay.
you'd have, like, activities where you would have a coloring book or something, so, like, we actually got taken out of, like, the mass, and, like, the parents would stay for the homily, and then, like, while the priest is talking, we'd be downstairs learning about what was just said in, like, more kidly friendly way, so I totally could relate with them being like, "Get the coloring books and the snacks and, like, all the distractions,"
Yeah.
because, it is a long time to sit still when you're a kid, so
Yeah, especially if you have a bunch of kids around. Chances of them all being quiet and
right,
not,
right.
causing a scene is slim.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny. Taylor and Dakota are at an ultrasound appointment looking at their son, and,
She's got to be like ready to give birth by this point, right?
so in this episode, she says she's 18 days away from her due date.
Okay.
So a little over 2 weeks, 2 and a
Man,
half
the
weeks.
first episode took 11 months, and now we're just dragging out
Yeah,
this
now
end
we're
of
just
pregnancy
seeing
here. It's like,
we're seeing every little step bit by bit, but yeah, so she's 18 days away from her due date, at least when it comes to the Vegas trip.
okay.
So she's probably closer to like 3 weeks at this ultrasound appointment, I would have to assume. And then Vegas is like, I'm 18 days away. She says that. So they're the two that are not with the rest of the girls. So then it cuts to Jessi's hair salon. So Jay-Z Styles is what it's called. And it's funny because I did see like an Instagram even before I joined TikTok. I saw an Instagram and she's like, everyone thinks that this says Jizz Styles on the, like the billboard. She goes, you guys need to get your head out of the gutter and go to church because that's not what it says. So I saw the sign and it made me laugh.
That's great.
So Layla, Macy, Michaela, Demi, and Jen are all getting their hair done at Jessi's hair studio. And Jessi's also getting her hair done. So they're all like just there getting their hair done by her other stylist.
Okay.
So Layla in an interview says it's nice to have a friend that owns a hair salon because she takes full advantage and she doesn't have to wash her own hair. And then she gets embarrassed. She gets embarrassed and says that she's like, I don't want to say that I don't wash my own hair, but I don't. And
How often is she going to the salon?
so actually, Danielle Fishel came out and says that she doesn't wash her own hair either. So she always goes to a dry bar and gets her hair washed.
Okay. How
So-
often?
So She broke it down, I think it's, like, every other week or every week. Once a week.
Once a week. Okay.
Once a week, she goes and gets her hair washed, and then, like, in between, she does, like, dry shampoo. So
Okay. All right.
and Danielle Fishel has her own hair care product line, so she brings all of her hair care products to the dry bar for them to use on her.
Interesting. Okay.
And then she uses her own dry shampoo in the middle. So I think that this is not an uncommon thing when you're in the influencer Hollywood world.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't say that outside of getting my hair done, I've ever had someone just straight up just wash my hair,
Just
but
wash.
good for them. I mean, it is a pain in the ass. So, Michaela says that no one has heard from Whitney since the divorce party, and she knows that she was upset about what Jessi said to her. And it comes out later that Whitney knows that most of the girls know what Jessi said to her.
Okay. So they all know that Jessi said that they all talk shit about her.
That's what I'm assuming.
Right.
That's what Whitney thinks.
Okay.
So I'm not sure why anyone's shocked why they haven't heard from her, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it kind of comes into play what's about to happen next. So as the girls are all talking that no one's heard from her, Macy in an interview says that she's very happy that Whitney went to Layla's divorce party and she wants the group to just be happy and whole. And she says mom talk wouldn't be the same without Whitney. So she's
Okay.
sticking to her guns. She thinks that Whitney should be a part of the group. She thinks mom talk
Yeah.
wouldn't be the same without Whitney. So she is doubling down on that. Demi says to the group at the hair salon, it's just easy to say you're a bitch, I was upset about this, and then let's find common ground and move on. And Jen's like, Jen kind of looks like she's rolling her eyes at this point, but Jessi is agreeing with Demi. So
Okay.
Demi thinks that Whitney needs to admit to being wrong, and then the whole group can move on. And so that's Demi's like position on all this.
What's she wrong about? What's this one thing she needs to be not?
I mean, you pointed out last week the Fruity Pebble thing, which at this point I think is like so much has happened since
Yeah,
then.
like that's the one thing. Like if Whitney apologizes for that,
Right.
everybody can just move on from here.
But then she's also talking about probably her telling Jen about the two Mormon thing, but then Jen's there talking shit about Whitney in this moment too. So like it's
There's a
all,
lot going on. This is
it's
more
all
than just Whitney saying, I'm sorry about
right.
one thing and everybody moving on.
And so it's like all confusing because I'm like, at one point, Jen was close with Whitney, like in the last, like 2 episodes ago, during the girls' trip. Jen, Macy, and Michaela are close with Whitney during the girls' trip.
Right.
And Jen is comforting Whitney. I want to know what's happened between that girls' trip and now this hairstyle appointment for you to now sit there and talk shit about Whitney when she went and told you what someone was talking shit about you
Yeah.
and you were upset about it. Like, what has transpired to A, make you better with Demi? Because I haven't seen that. And B, dislike Whitney so much that you're talking shit about her now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it comes out that Whitney unfollowed all the girls besides Macy after the divorce party.
So it was Demi first, then she went to the divorce party, and now she's unfollowed everybody
Except for Macy.
except for Macy. Okay.
Because Jessi told her, everyone in this group talks shit about you.
Right. Except for Macy.
So she's confused, being like, I don't even know who's my friend.
Yeah.
Then to be told that, yeah, Jessi told the girls what she said, or they all know what she said, and no one, and Whitney says this later, but no one wants to clear the air with her.
Right.
She's like, I'm just trying to give myself peace because I don't even know what the fuck is going on. So
Yeah.
like, I'm also confused. Like I because we don't see their day to day every single day, like I don't know how Michaela and Jen can go from being close with Whitney and, you know, having her back to then Jen's in this hair salon, and when she finds out that Whitney unfollows her, she goes, I'm sorry, are we in high school? Like, unfollow, like, grow up.
As you talk behind her back, so Jessi says, you know, everybody's talking behind her back.
And if
so
you're not talking behind your back and you hear that someone told her that, wouldn't you be like, I don't know what she's talking about?
you
Like,
defend yourself, be like, I don't say that.
and
But yeah, like you said though, like it is tough. You don't know the day to day things that, you know, Demi sees or certain people see. You're watching a reality show, so you're seeing it all, like
yeah,
the 10,000 foot overview, and you don't necessarily know what each girl sees or hears or knows or what.
Or texts one another.
Yeah.
So it
You're
is
getting like the
hard.
recap from all sides, but you
Right.
don't know like somebody else's side. Their view of what's happening could be completely different than what's portrayed in the reality show.
Right. So
So there's a lot going on.
it's hard to make a judgment on if I'm going straight off of what they're showing me. And if this is what the world has seen and they peg Whitney as the villain, I don't understand that.
Right.
And that's where I'm getting at is like, there might have been other things that happen and maybe it's on TikTok, which I just recently got TikTok. So like, I'm still learning the ins and outs of all these relationships. So maybe more was portrayed on that platform that I'm not aware of. But if I'm going solely off watching the show, I don't think Whitney so far to date is that bad of a person.
Yeah.
The worst thing she did was the Fruity Pebbles. And after learning what that is, honestly, I probably would have done that too.
Yeah, it's gross.
And especially if you're like with friends and you're not really saying what it was, like that wasn't that bad. And then it comes out after your closest friend, Jessi, announces it to the world what it really is and it's disgusting. Like that joke was really kind of lame then. It was very subdued. So like, honestly, like whatever. I don't know. Call me the villain, but I'm sticking with Team Whitney. Anyway, okay, where was I? So Macy is absolutely shocked that Whitney unfollowed everyone. And she says she's more shocked that she didn't tell Macy that she was going to do this. Macy says that she's known Whitney to be impulsive, but she didn't expect that she'd be this impulsive.
Right. Okay.
So she's kind of thrown off when Jen says she unfollowed all of us except for you. And then Macy goes, no, she didn't. And they're all like, oh, you didn't know. And she goes, no, I didn't know. So after Jen is filmed saying, I'm sorry, are we in high school? Michaela says, I don't know why we're even talking about this. She's probably just getting off thinking of us talking about it. That's Michaela,
Jeez.
who to date has been close with Whitney.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This is only further proving Jessi's point that they talk shit about her.
Yeah, and you didn't know. Yeah.
So, like, can you blame the girl for not wanting to go to Vegas? Can you blame the girl for wanting to leave the group chat?
Yeah,
Can you blame the girl for, like, not wanting to deal with this bullshit? Like, I don't know. Sorry, call me the bad guys, but it's not lining up for me. Macy during this whole conversation is really quiet, and Demi thinks that this is all an act and she's over it, and Jessi agrees, yeah, I'm over it. So all the girls, except for Macy there, are all just done with Whitney. And then a sound plays over and it says, bye, bitch. I think that was probably edited in. Like, if I had to assume that was from the paint party and then they edited in, like, bye, bitch, because it wasn't really showing her. So, like, that sounded, like, odd to me. So, but they did put that in. It was Jessi's voice. So the intro song plays. So that's just the intro to
the whole now we're getting to the intro song
episode. And Jessi does say at the end, like, well, she's going to miss a lot of fun at my party later. So it comes out that Jessi's throwing a party that night. I wouldn't call it a party. I'd just call it like a girls hangout.
Gathering.
Yeah, gathering. It wasn't a party. But so that leads us into this party.
Okay.
So it looks like Jessi's hair studio also has like a studio space where you can hold events in it. So they all show up to the Jay-Z studio, like hair event space area.
The Jizz studio and event space.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
come on down.
Come on down. Should make t-shirts. Just studio hair.
Boy.
If you guys would like merchandise, let me know. So all the girls minus Whitney meet up for the party. So including Taylor. So all the 7 girls.
Okay.
Jessi is throwing I don't even know how to say this. She's throwing a party to say goodbye to her labia. And she says that she's having a labiaplasty on Monday. So do you know what a labiaplasty is?
I have an idea. Yes, I believe so.
So she's getting her downstairs cleaned up.
Yep.
Her cookie, that she calls it. She calls it her cookie.
Okay.
So at this party, they have alcohol-free mocktails that Jessi has named the Pink Pussy, Labialicious, and Peach on the Beach. And then Demi says it makes her want to throw up, and it made me laugh because I'm like, that shouldn't make you want to throw up.
Yeah.
I was looking at all the nasty things that you do.
This is a very odd party.
It is. This whole episode is odd. So
are they going to have these flavors at Swig?
I don't
Are you gonna be the new hot flavors at the Swigs soda shop?
I should have froze it and then saw what was in them and like made them for us.
You make them, and then as I'm drinking it, you tell me what it is.
That's the pink pussy. Man, I missed an opportunity. I should have done that. All right. So Jessi announces that they are painting something for the activity that they're doing, and she wants people to channel their inner Michelangelo. Jessi says that since Mom Talk is really into sisterhood and femininity, it would be fun to have a party that they leaned into that. And then she draws a vagina on the board, and she says that they're all going to draw their ideal vagina so she can grab inspo from them for her labiaplasty. Jen looks horrified. And then she asks, is this sex educational? And Jessi says yes, and that the reason they're doing this so she can get inspo for her mommy makeover. She said that after having 2 kids, she feels like externally things look good, but nothing's returned to normal down there, and that it has never been the same. So each of the girls paint their perfect vagina, and in an interview, Jessi says that she's gotten her boobs done 3 times, and now she's getting her cookie redone. She says she can't wear leggings anymore because her meat curtains hang too low.
Oh my God.
And all the girls are like, what? And in an interview, Jessi says she's going to make a sandwich with all the extra meat they cut off.
Oh my God. What is this show? Like,
it's about
I
womanhood.
didn't think it was going to get much weirder than the divorce funeral party and all the shit that's happened so far. But here we are.
It's reality TV, babe.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to get to this level, but all right. Anyway.
I mean, listen, I've never had kids. I know it does a lot to your body. Good for you if you can afford it. I don't need you to call the meat curtains and tell me that you're going to make a sandwich with them when they get cut off.
Yeah.
I think that's
party.
I think that's where I draw the line a little bit.
Specialty cocktails.
I had to pause this episode multiple times just to be like, what the
this is bizarre.
We keep going off on tangents and I keep losing myself. All right, so this is where I got confused. So Jessi in an interview says it's the perfect time to do this because they're planning a trip to Vegas for Layla's birthday. And Jessi thinks that since Whitney's not going to come to Vegas, they have a good chance of it just being a good time. They say that she gets this surgery done on a Monday.
Okay.
They go to Vegas that weekend.
What's the recovery time on this surgery?
I don't know, but she also, later on in the recovery, we'll talk about this, gets her boobs reduced. And I know that that is painful. I think she has gotten this done before this episode.
Okay.
And then they're just talking about it now.
Okay.
That's my assumption because I don't think there's any way where on a Monday you get a boob job and your hoo-ha cut up, and then you can go to Vegas and be partying all weekend.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know. That the timeline doesn't time for me.
Just lots of laughing gas and ketamine, and you'll be good to go.
Layla in an interview says she's excited but nervous because Vegas is not the typical place LDS people go to.
I imagine, not.
No, not at all. And then Taylor says that they need a redo of the girls' trip since the last one was such a disaster. So Taylor's excited to kind of get this like redo of the girls' trip. Jen then in the middle of all of this asks if any of the girls have names for their husbands or boyfriends schlongs. Like their dicks.
Did she say schlong?
I have it in quotes as schlong. She admits that she calls Zach's little guy Poncho. And then Demi yells, the whitest guy, and you call his name Poncho. Knit that man a poncho.
Oh my gosh.
This whole show is unhinged. I feel like they were grasping for stuff.
Just to be the craziest shit to get some views.
All the girls then show their paintings, and they're pretty artistic. So Jen shows that she painted Mother Vulva. So it has Mother of God in the middle of her vulva. Layla paints a gold vajayjay with hearts around it. Macy paints Strawgina, which is a strawberry vagina.
I was thinking like, hey, like straw. This sounds uncomfortable.
Demi paints hers and calls it Lil Pookie and wrote heart your yoni at the bottom. I have no clue what that means.
Okay.
And then Taylor paints her vagina and calls it Candy, and then Jessi reveals she also called hers Candy, so there's 2 Candy vaginas.
2 candies.
And then Jessi yells power of the pussy at the end. Jessi says she's loving that all the girls are getting together and just having fun, and she's excited to have these experiences before Taylor's baby comes because everything's going to change once the baby comes.
Right.
It cuts to Taylor's parents' house, and Taylor shows up at her mom's house, and Taylor's mom asks where's Dakota, and Taylor admits that they just got into a fight and he didn't want to come anymore. When
Oh,
Taylor's
jeez.
when
boy.
Taylor's mom asks what's going on, Taylor says same shit, different day. And Taylor says she's frustrated because it's a constant cycle that they've been fighting about. So it's like they'll get better and then they fight and then they'll get better. And then it cuts back to the fight that they had in front of Macy in the previous episode. Taylor admits that maybe it isn't the right time to be going to Vegas, which I was like, girl, it's not the right time because you're about to have a baby, but
Yeah,
sure.
seriously. She's heading out to Vegas,
Yeah.
about to give birth.
She goes. Baby goes with her. Taylor says to her mom that Dakota has been saying that he wants Taylor to give in to her and surrender, and Taylor's questioning why she would do that if she doesn't even trust him.
Yeah.
Taylor brings up that there's the traditional pressure of giving in, especially in the church when it comes to pregnancy. And Taylor thinks that Dakota's stance is if a child won't make you commit, what will? So like he's like, if this won't even make you commit to me, like what's gonna make you commit to me? So it's not even worth it kind of attitude, which I'm like,
Yeah, this sounds
that's not
a
healthy.
little messed up, but okay.
Taylor says she's scared of marriage and thinks that because she doesn't want it, he wants it even more.
Okay.
So it's almost like a control thing, right? Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when you don't give someone what they want it more, but the minute you give it to them, they don't want it.
Yeah, yep.
So I think maybe that's kind of what's going through her head is like, if I do give in because of this societal pressure that we're having, then he's just not gonna even want it. Like he got what he wanted.
Yeah, or like she gives in, now he wants more. Like what's next? Is he if he's gonna be controlling or something, you know?
Right.
It just sounds like a slippery slope.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So Taylor and her mom are sitting on the couch and Taylor's texting Dakota. Taylor's mom makes her call Dakota. And this is when I'm like, this mother is so extra. And she's like, call him. He'll answer. And then Taylor's like, oh God, I'm nervous. She goes, put him on speaker. Like, I'll answer your phone call. He doesn't answer. And so she goes, he doesn't answer. And he texts Taylor saying, I'm not picking up.
Yeah, he knows she's with her
Yeah,
mother.
he was supposed to
Yeah.
go over.
Yeah. So like you're not gonna go, like you don't want to talk on the phone.
Right.
Okay.
So when Dakota says, I'm not going to answer, Taylor's mom responds, text him that you're going into labor.
Oh my God.
And she's like, text him that you're going into labor. He'll call. So she texts him, I'm going into labor. Too bad you'll miss out or something like that. So Dakota calls. Her mom is like, pick up the phone. And so Taylor's like, I don't want to talk to him. She goes, I'll talk to him. So
Yeah, that's just who Dakota wants to talk to right now.
right. So Taylor answers the phone and puts him on speaker. And Taylor's mom goes, Dakota, why aren't you answering? And he goes, is she really going into labor right now? She goes, well, I don't know. I'm trying to call you and you're not answering. And he goes, you know, this is like the boy who cried wolf, right?
Right. Yeah.
And she goes, well, I'm only doing it this one time.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, you have a history of calling people. Here comes Taylor's mom trying to solve all Taylor's problems for her when no one asked you to. So Taylor's mom tells Dakota that he should be there. And he says that it's her daughter's fault. Taylor's mom wanted to talk to both of them, and he says that he's all in, and she knows that, and there's only so much he can do. Taylor's mom said that it's not just about him, and she tells Taylor this all the time, but now it's about their baby, and they need to work on their relationship for their baby. Dakota says that's all he cares about, and he's been busting his butt to show Taylor that he's all in. Taylor's mom said, you guys need to get your crap together, and it seems like Taylor's mom and Dakota want the same thing.
Okay.
I'm not sure what Taylor wants her mom to back her in. Like, it seems like Taylor's mom's like, you guys need to work this out. You guys need to be there for the baby. You guys need to figure this out.
Yeah.
And Taylor's like, Taylor literally says at the end of the call, that's what I deal with every day. But to me, it seemed like Taylor's mom was telling them that they need to, like, be together for the, like, I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I'm
but you don't
confused.
know like what their relationship is like in private. Like,
Yeah.
she's might be trying to do all this, and who
Maybe.
knows what Dakota's like, or
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah. The way it was edited or the conversation I heard, I was a little confused because it seems like Taylor just doesn't want the commitment part of it. Like she,
Yeah.
maybe not, maybe that's like a harsh way to put it, but it just seems like she wants to just live in the moment right now to figure out the baby aspect. But then her mom's telling her to work on a relationship. Coda wants to work on the relationship. Everyone else is telling her to work on the relationship. And it doesn't seem like that's what Taylor wants.
I mean, you can say a lot of things, but unless you back it up with actions, like everybody can say, I want this, I want that, but
yeah,
you don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And Taylor in an interview says that she's not ready to commit to Dakota, but at the same time, she doesn't want to be the divorced single mother. So to me, she really just doesn't want to do this alone.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want Dakota.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting out of all this. So it cuts to Jessi's house post labiaplasty surgery / boob job. Jen and Layla head over to Jessi's house following her surgery. It comes out that she also got her boobs reduced, which I said earlier. It cuts to a shot 48 hours beforehand, before this is filmed. And she's telling her surgeon that she wants smaller implants and that she trusts him with whatever happens down there.
Okay.
She tells the girls that the surgery recovery is like having a baby. So 6 weeks of recovery with bleeding, and you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks to have sex.
Oh my gosh.
So her husband, Jordan, is dying, and Jordan had asked her, okay, your doctor said 4 to 6 weeks, but what did your dentist say?
Uh-huh.
So this episode is...
Yeah, this is a lot.
This is raunchy. Demi then shows up, and Demi brings her tulips for her 2 missing lips and says R.I.P. as she hands them to her.
Tulips. Flowers.
Yeah, like flowers.
Okay, yeah.
Like tulips.
Yeah.
So the girls ask Jessi if she's still going to be able to do Vegas, and she is all in. She says she will have painkillers for a couple of days, and then she should be A-okay by this weekend for the trip. Jessi got the Airbnb for all the girls. Demi, in an interview, says that Vegas is the perfect place for these modern Mormon women to step out of the social norms. She says it will allow them to make head-turning content and allow them to let loose.
Oh my.
Oh my is right.
TikToks, all the TikToks.
TikTok gone whack. I don't even know. Jessi says that since Layla's birthday is coming up, they will make this trip more of a birthday weekend for Layla. And Layla admits that she has never been to Vegas since she's only 22.
Layla just had her divorce party.
Right.
So now it's her birthday, and they're going to be in Vegas. Okay.
Jessi thinks that it's a perfect place for Layla to let loose because being divorced in the Mormon church can almost be a scarlet letter. And Demi asks if Taylor is coming. Jen says that Taylor is coming, and Zach is driving with Dakota to Vegas. The girls ask why they are coming, and Jen says that Dakota doesn't want to be too far away from Taylor since she is so close to giving birth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the girls don't care. They think that Dakota is being controlling and should not be coming.
She's about to give birth. I'm surprised she's going herself.
No, I think that it's fine, especially with what we see up to this point in the episode. The episode ends mid-Vegas trip, just to let you know. But like what I've seen from the Vegas trip so far, he wasn't that bad in Vegas. So I think he really just wanted to be there for Taylor. I think we'll see more of that next episode.
Okay.
Jessi thinks that Dakota and Zach just want to keep an eye on their girls, and she says it's not a coincidence that the 2 guys in the group with control issues are the ones going on the trip.
Oh, okay.
Then Jessi gets up on her bed and whips down her pants to show them her surgery results. So she is blurred out on TV with her pants down.
Like,
and just
5 days after surgery.
48 hours after.
48 hours.
Yeah.
With something that they say has a long recovery, and she's just
showing them.
I mean, I don't think these are the results that you're going to get.
Oh, she does mention it.
It's not final results. There's probably some healing that's got to happen.
She does say, like...
Probably looks worse than it did before.
She does say that once the swelling goes down, it will look better.
Maybe show them later, not now.
And she compares the 2 sides to hot dog buns, but that will go away.
Okay.
The girls ask her if they need to push her around in a wheelchair. And Jessi jokes that her and Taylor will be in matching wheelchairs.
What a Vegas trip.
You got one lady 9 months pregnant and one lady that just got her cooch chopped up.
In wheelchairs.
Oh, man.
I need another junior beer.
No, I still have a full beer.
I can't.
This is the worst one yet for you.
Rude, but this is some weird shit to talk about. I just think of who's listening.
All right, so the girls are packing for their Vegas trips at their individual homes. Demi is asking Brett for help packing because he's good at pairing stuff together. Brett from like a different room says that she probably needs something non-restrictive and comfortable and flowy for the club, and then he comes out with a pink sundress, a cardigan, and a large purse, which I guess is Demi's like church outfit. So he's just like he's just kidding around. He's like twirling with it. He's like, "Ooh, look at this for the club." So I actually thought that was pretty funny. Macy is asking her husband Jacob, is he jealous that she's going to Vegas? And he says no. Jacob seems very chill. Like, he does not give a flying fuck. Like, trust Macy.
Okay.
You go have fun, do what you want.
Yeah.
She says, what if they go to like a Magic Mike or Thunder Down Under? And he says that he doesn't care. He's like laughing. He's like, I don't care. Have fun. When Demi asks her husband the same question, what if we go to like a Magic Mike? He says, I don't care, but why would you go looking for hamburger meat when you have a steak at home? And Demi says that she's not looking to take anyone home. And Brett says, do whatever you want to do. I'm not worried about you. Just go with your gut. So them two seem like they have a pretty chill marriage. They don't show Jessi having this conversation with her husband, so not sure if he just didn't want to be filmed on TV.
Okay.
So far, he's been the least shown on TV, yet probably the most hated husband because of the drinking thing at
the flask
Zach's party. So maybe he doesn't want to be on TV after all that. I don't know, but they don't
That's
show.
fair. Yeah, he's like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Just leave me out of this.
But I would assume from that episode, he probably wouldn't give a fuck, but I don't know. So when Jen asks Zach this question, he pauses and then goes, do you want to go to that? And then she kind of just says it would be more of a joke. Like, it's more of a joke than like it being serious.
Yeah.
And his response is that being a divorced single mom taking care of 2 kids is hard, but that's a decision that's up to her.
What?
So he immediately jumps to, I would probably divorce you if you went to that.
For going to a show.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I went to one of those with my girlfriends in Vegas, what would you think?
No, I wouldn't care.
They're like in their little like bikinis on stage.
Divorce.
Okay.
I'm having a funeral party. Divorce funeral party. Inviting all my friends.
You'd be having a funeral party because it would be your funeral because I would murder you.
Divorce.
Yeah, it would be my divorce party, your funeral. Macy tells her husband that Dakota is going, and her husband Jacob asks why. Like, he just straight up is like, why does he need to go? Macy explains that he wants to go in case she goes into labor, and then Macy drops that Zach is going as well. So Jacob says, like, do you need me to go? Like, I'll go and like make sure that they don't ruin your girls' trip. So he's like,
right, okay.
I'll take care of them if you want me to show up. And she goes, don't you think I can handle my own? And then does like I'll give him one of these. And then like with her elbow, like, so it seems like Macy is willing to put up the fight if she needs to. Zach is showing Jen some of his outfits that he plans on bringing on this trip for this weekend and proceeds to show her his lucky poker sweatshirt. This sweatshirt is like a quarter zip, and he's explaining to Jen that he can have it down when he's like calm, cool, and collected, but he'll be able to zip it up and cover his vein if he's like worked up about something, and it won't give it away to the other players.
What?
And I'm like, A, how often do you gamble?
Serious?
And B, are you really that worked up? I don't get worked up over shit. I really don't. I understand people get worked up over stuff. I don't understand it. If you're going into gambling, in my opinion, you should just go in expecting to lose and be happy if you win. Like, that's just how I have fun doing it more than anything because of the people I go with.
I mean, some people are really serious about it. So is he going to gamble? Like, is that his?
Yeah. So Jen asks, who says you're playing poker? And he says, you told me you'd give me a bankroll and that I could play. Jen says she's giving him $2,500 and she's going to be pissed if he loses it.
Jeez. Zach
says that if he loses it, he won't gamble, and then like pauses, and Jen says forever. And he goes, for the rest of the year.
The rest of the year. He's going to lose it like the first night. It's going to be gone.
Probably. Jen asked Zach if this will be the first time in a minute. He said, yeah, this is the first time in 6 months that he's gone gambling.
That's not a long time.
No. So it seems like he's probably
He might
pretty,
have a
like,
problem.
especially $2,500. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good bit. Yeah, I mean, you're going to Vegas,
You're
you
going to
know.
Vegas, but I don't go with the intention of gambling $2,500. I take out like 200 and then see where that gets me.
See where it goes. Yeah.
And usually, like, if I'm down 200, I'm like, maybe I should call it and spend it at the bar instead. It cuts to an interview with Jen, and the producers are asking if it's okay to talk to her about the Zach gambling situation. Jen responds that yes, it's okay as long as it doesn't come off that he's an addict, because he's not. Jen says in the interview that she's been struggling recently with her marriage, and it cuts to a scene where Jen is asking Zach for more help because it's a lot for her to work and take care of the kids. And in the scene, she's just saying, like, it'd be nice if you could help around the house. And he's just saying, like, I know, and like getting like frustrated.
Okay.
And then it cuts. Like, it doesn't like have any resolution to that.
Ooh.
Seems like they're not on the best page.
Yeah. Yeah. So Zach had the graduation party. Is he in medical school now yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. I know the next step was medical school.
Yeah. I was just curious. Like, is he like deep into medical school now, and like she's taking care of all the kids? Or like, what's he doing
Right now, like
Does he not
today,
have time to help out?
in this episode?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what he's up
because
to.
like he just graduated, so like, is he right into medical school and like he can't even help out around?
Okay, so I know you told me to get off TikTok. I
Not
did.
get off, but just don't go too far ahead. And on the TikTok subject, we will be getting some content on there eventually.
Eventually.
So
Let me
you guys
get
can all
used to it.
eventually follow us there, and we'll have some, I don't know, what are they called on Instagram? They're reels.
Yeah, reels.
Just talks.
Ticks to the talks.
Ticking and talking.
But I did see something on TikTok, or maybe it was on Instagram, and it was like a breakdown of Zach in kind of this gambling situation. Demi and her husband went on a podcast, and they said that during this time, Zach was like flipping houses, and he was actually making like good money. So like he was like
okay.
working.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So I think in the edit of the reality TV and be like, Jen's the breadwinner and blah, blah, blah. And maybe the reality TV and the social media was bringing in more money than what he was, but it sounded like he was making
He's
good
not
money.
just going to school. He's working.
Right.
He's flipping houses.
Yeah.
He's working.
And they
Okay.
said he did a few like very successful flips and like
Okay.
got a decent amount
Yeah,
of money.
because earlier on it sounded like she's the breadwinner. He's just going to school.
Yeah, and
till he becomes a doctor. Then he's going to be, then he'll be the sole provider, basically.
Yeah, and I think that it kind of stays that way in the reality TV show, but I did see that.
But he is working. Like,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, from what Demi says.
Gotcha.
So, which, like, I don't think she would have a reason to lie about.
We can't trust Demi.
I don't trust any of them. Like, I don't even know what's real. I don't know what's real. So it cuts to Jen and Zach's house, like, a day later. So, like, the next day, they're getting ready to pack up and leave for Vegas. Taylor and Dakota are supposed to ride to Vegas with Jen and Zach because Taylor can't fly. Taylor shows up alone, and she tells Jen that her and Dakota got into a fight before they're about to leave.
Oh, jeez.
So this is the second time in this episode that Taylor has shown up somewhere where Dakota is supposed to be with her, and she says, we've gotten into a fight.
There. Okay.
Taylor tells Jen that this fight is just part of the repetitive cycle and that she'll make him happy one day or resolve the thing that they're fighting about, and then 2 days later, it will be the same fight over again.
Yeah.
She says she's exhausted and tired, and Jen asks if Dakota is still coming to Vegas, and Taylor says, I don't know, I left him at home, and tells Jen that she kicked Dakota out of the car and took all of his stuff out of the car and left him.
Oh my God.
So she tells him to get out of the car and says, get your shit. He goes, no, I'm not getting my shit. So she got out, took all of his shit out, and left him.
Wow.
Taylor in an interview says she decided to go to Vegas because she wants to get a little break from Dakota and the bickering, and that the fighting has put a lot of stress on her body. So she she's is viewing this Vegas trip as a calm weekend.
Right. It's like Vegas, the party town, but I need to get away from this crazy guy, and I'm super pregnant, and I have so much stress on my body that I need to go to Vegas to calm down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's her, I think that's her thought behind this, is like, before the baby comes and I can't do anything, I need to do this for myself. Dakota sent Taylor a text saying that he was sorry and he just feels lost right now and he doesn't know how to control his emotions. So that's the text that Taylor reads. They don't show the text, but she like reads that out.
Okay.
Dakota then shows up at the house, and it's, like, very awkward. Jen asks if Dakota even wants to go to Vegas, and Dakota says yes, he still wants to go, and the biggest reason was that she's 36 weeks pregnant, and Jen actually went into labor 36 weeks.
Okay, yeah.
So he's like, "You guys went into labor 36, like, she is 36, like, I don't wanna miss this."
Well, this is her 3rd child, right? Like,
Yeah.
the first one normally can be, like, a little later, and
It's
then,
all
like,
yeah.
typically, like, I think, like, the
The
future ones are, like, can be sooner,
Yeah, it's all genetics, it's all different, it's all
just
but yeah,
from what I've heard.
but the quote unquote expectation is that your first is late, your second is on time, and then your third is, like, not waiting for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, I get what you're saying. So Jen and Zach leave the room to give Dakota and Taylor some time. Dakota tells Taylor that he's sorry, but he just broke today. He says he just feels lost and confused, and he feels at this point he shouldn't feel confused anymore. Taylor asks what he's confused about, and he responds about their relationship. He says that he wants them to be teammates and that they have each other's back, but right now he feels like they just don't. Taylor says, "I don't know what else you want from me." And Dakota responds that he wants Taylor to want the relationship and to want to be with him. Taylor in an interview brings up the marriage thing again and says she's not ready for it. Zach and Jen then come up from downstairs and ask if they're ready to continue this conversation in the car because they have a 5-hour drive, which is plenty of time to hash this out, but they
Gotta
need to
get
hit
going.
they're like, "We need to hit the road." Jen in an interview says that she knows Taylor and Dakota's relationship started off rocky, and some people would call it toxic, but she doesn't know the whole story, so she doesn't want to jump to
Yeah.
conclusions.
Okay.
In the car, Dakota says that he doesn't understand why Taylor can't commit to this relationship, especially since they're having a baby together, which is already a huge commitment. Taylor says, "Don't you see that we just have a good moment and then in another moment it just switches and we aren't good."
Yeah.
She doesn't think it's normal, and Dakota says yes, they're in a cycle, and both Jen and Taylor are like, "Yeah, that's a problem and it's toxic." Dakota thinks that if Taylor just commits, then, like, the cycle will be broken. That's what I got out of the conversation. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "But if you just commit, then, like, this goes away. So, like, we need to, like, make this go away."
Yeah. Does it go away, though?
So Jen says that a baby can make or break the relationship, and Taylor says that she hopes it makes it. Jen says it's really a test of your relationship at a whole new level.
Okay.
The other girls arrive at their Airbnb in Vegas. The girls are getting settled in, and Jessi says that she wants to put a sign on the door that says pussies only or vaginas only. Demi says, "Well, don't you think they'll just show up?" And Jessi says, "Well, they are dropping them off, so you know that they're going to come in and try to hang out." Layla in an interview says that, "I hope they don't just show up and hang out." She doesn't understand why some of these men have separation issues and that they can survive one weekend without their girls. They end up deciding to put a sign on the door that says labias only. Jessi says she thinks it's rude that they just invited themselves on this trip this weekend after she planned it for all the girls.
So where are they staying? Where
The guys,
Yeah.
they don't. At least so far,
Are
they
all
haven't
the
told.
girls staying at the same
Yeah,
Airbnb, and then the
and
guys
the
are
guys are
just
just off somewhere.
wherever? Okay.
I'm assuming on the strip at a hotel somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, like, the car shows up with Dakota, Jen, Zach, and Taylor, and they acknowledge the sign and then ignore the sign and walk into the house. They're, like, laughing about it, but, like, Dakota's like, "Labias only, fuck that," and, like, walks in.
Jeez.
So Jen walks in and says that it turns out the men also have labias today. Demi says, "Let's set the ground rules." Jessi says, "Girls only, no boys." She says that there's not no rules, but they want to have fun. Zach says, "No male strippers." And Jessi says, "No, just female." And then they, like, all pause. And the girls say, "Yeah, it's Jen." Like, Jen's going to be the female stripper. And Zach looks at her and goes, "You're a big girl. You can do whatever you want." Taylor says, "Wait, do you mean that?" And he goes, "No, not really."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So Macy says she feels like when Zach's around everyone, he tries to play it cool inside, but really he's freaking out. Macy wants them to let loose and not worry about their husbands, and he's already killing the vibe.
Right off the get-go, right
Right
when we
off
get
the
there.
get-go. Yeah, he's in there, he's ruined it. Dakota then finally says that they'll get out of everyone's hair, and as they were leaving, he, like, jokes, and he's like, "See you guys in a couple hours." Jen tells the girls that they were late because they had some things happen this morning, and then kinda looks at Taylor, and Taylor's like, "Why is everyone looking at me?" But then Taylor goes, "Yeah, no, it was me."
Well, you did throw your husband out of the car and all this shit.
She tells the girls that they got into a fight, and she says it's been 9 days of them just getting into it.
Jeez, yeah.
Jen says she can relate because her and Zach pretty much fight every 2 days, and Jen suggests that they go to therapy, and that's really helped her marriage. Jen thinks that Zach being controlling and judgmental is a sign that he cares and loves her too much.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Macy in an interview says that she has a secret that she's been keeping and she needs to tell someone or else she's gonna die.
This was brought up last week.
Yeah.
This is about Dakota.
Yes.
This was you brought this up last week.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. It wasn't in my recap. I'm sorry, but I just remembered now that you say that.
Yeah.
It was like part of the preview of the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So in a little bit we find out what that is.
Oh boy.
Not just yet.
Oh man, I'm ready for it now though.
Jessi suggests that they start getting ready and continue to talk as they're getting ready. She drops that the girls have tickets to something tonight and it's a surprise, but everyone needs to go because it's for Layla's birthday, but she's not telling them what it is.
Okay.
Jen asks if her husband will approve, and Jessi responds saying that in the eyes of God, you should be fine, and says that her God is chill as fuck. Macy says she misses Whitney, and she wished that Whitney was on the trip right now. She wants Whitney to make amends with the girls, but she doesn't think that's going to happen.
She said this in an interview?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, she didn't say this around all the other girls, did she?
But you can kind of see, like, the whole time, like, she's kind of like, man, like, I don't know. She, like, looks kind of, like, lost.
Yeah.
It cuts away from the girls in Vegas, and it jumps back to Utah on a farm, where Whitney, Connor, and their kids are visiting a farm to learn about homesteading.
Okay.
They said that they've always thought about this lifestyle for a long time, and they want to farm, and they want to learn more about it.
Okay, nice.
Which I was like, you know what? Me too, girl. It's for you. Whitney says that she wants to get away from the drama, and that she doesn't want anything too crazy on her farm. She doesn't want cattle or pigs. She just wants chickens, goats. I don't know, just smaller farm cattle.
Yeah, the standard the standard small animals.
Right. The owner of the farm tells her that it is a 365-day job, which is true. She goes, but it's very rhythmic, and for her farm, which she has like horses and pigs and all this stuff, it only takes her an hour and a half to visit every day.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
I was like, okay, I could do this. I'm like learning about this as I'm watching this.
There you go.
I'm taking notes.
As far does Whitney have a job outside of like social media?
Not until like now.
Okay, but I mean, if you're gonna have a farm and all you do is social media, like you incorporate social media into the farm, you do your farming chores with some social media TikToks in there, and like if you don't have to work and that's your job, like that's a good gig.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you would enjoy that.
I would. Yeah, absolutely.
If you could quit your job and we could just have animals and you just make,
that would be great.
Instagram reels.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Producers asked Whitney why she chose not to go to Vegas, and Whitney says that everyone saw her conversation with Jessi and how that went down, and after finding out that everyone talked shit about her, she was hurt. She says that she knows that the girls know what Jessi said to her, but no one cares to clear the air, so she doesn't really think that they're really her friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like we said earlier, like if you know what Jessi said and you're not denying it, then it's true.
Yeah, and then they show them doing exactly what Jessi says that they do. So okay.
Yeah, it's all true.
And let her live her life.
Yeah.
On her farm.
Yeah.
I love that for her. So we're back in Vegas. The girls are getting ready, and Macy tells Michaela that she has anxiety. So Macy does a Sinner Sunday confessional on her TikTok, which every Sunday, she calls it Sinner Sunday, and people on Sundays can go and send her anonymously these confessions.
Okay.
So she said that she got one of these that said that this person hooked up with Dakota when him and Taylor were first started dating.
Was this the secret?
Yeah, so this is what she's been holding on
okay.
to. So Demi enters the room and sits down, and they're talking about it, and she goes, I don't know if I should tell
But wait, this is
Taylor
some anonymous person on social media,
yeah,
so it doesn't mean that it's true.
right.
Okay.
So that's why she's, like,
Yeah.
conflicted if she should even,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
mention
yeah.
something.
Okay. Alright.
So the message read, "Accidentally slept with Dakota before I knew he and Taylor were together. I've only met Taylor once, and I'm terrified to tell her, but I feel like she has a right to know. Dot 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 help." Michaela asks if she thinks Jenna sent it, and Macy says that there is a "Who sent this" button, but when you click it, nothing comes up.
Interesting. Okay.
Or, like, maybe if you click it, like, it comes up to, like, a not like a fake account or something, like, she's like, "When I click it, like,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
happened." So, there is, like, a "Who sent this" button, but, like, she can't tell. Demi says that Macy should say something to Taylor, and Demi points out that she said if anything came up, she would leave Dakota. So, like, it cuts back to her during the truth box saying, like, "Absolutely, if
Yeah,
it came
yeah.
out." And Demi points out that if she said she didn't care about the past and what happened, then I would leave it alone. I would tell you not to do anything with it.
Yeah.
But she says she does care. So
So, wait, where are the girls at right now? Like, what is happening? Where's Taylor at? Like, is it
in
just a
another room getting ready.
okay, so it's
So
just a
they're in a room with the door shut
okay.
talking about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So so it's Macy, Michaela, and Demi with the door shut. Because when Macy starts talking to Michaela about this originally, she goes, "Yeah, but she's right." Like she like whispers, like, "Yeah,
Oh.
she's right there." And Michaela goes, "Who?" And she goes, "Taylor." And so then they shut the door, and then Demi comes into the room and
Okay.
sits. So Demi's pointing out that if she has the baby, she could potentially marry Dakota. And then if this were to come out that this is true, she would probably divorce him.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Right. So yeah, that's her point. Is like
Yeah.
tell her now so she can make the decision of what to do with this, but just lay it out as very factual of like this is what I have.
Yeah.
Like
But
it
this also could be completely, like, made up.
right. Yeah.
This is some anonymous person on social media.
Yeah, the only way to confirm is if you confront this Jenna girl,
Yeah, well, if it's even her
if it's even her.
or Dakota.
He's not gonna admit that.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this could be real, it could be completely made up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Macy says that she knows she needs to tell Taylor and she's nervous and doesn't want to stress Taylor out. And she goes, "I don't want her giving birth in this Airbnb." I was like, yeah,
Good point, good
maybe
point.
Vegas isn't the right trip to tell her.
You're
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
get the, any extra cleaning fees, the deposit's not coming back. It's gonna be a mess in
Got
there.
missing labias and childbirth. It cuts back to Whitney touring the farm in Utah, and they have her and Connor shoveling manure. So I thought that was really funny. And then they actually show like a horse pooping, and I was like, that's too much. Like, we don't need to see that. And then they go,
That's too much. That's where the episode got too much for you.
at least they
A
blurred.
horse taking a shit.
At least they blurred Jesse's vagina. They could have blurred the horse poop.
Uh-huh.
Producers asked Whitney what she thinks about her friends and family calling her homesteading another version of Hawaii. Whitney says that she hates that people think she's running away. She says that there's a difference between running away and removing herself from a toxic environment. She does not think that she's running away in this scenario, and Whitney says she's sure the group is doing just fine without her in Vegas, but it's probably not as fun because she's not there.
But it's not running. I mean, you're leaving people that are not your friends that you thought
Mhm.
were, but you're with your family.
Mm.
Like, that's the most important thing is your family. So I wouldn't consider that running away.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I mean, to her friends, it probably seems like that, but I don't know why her family would say that.
Yeah.
So,
They're not her friends though.
besides Macy.
Yeah. Macy's, yeah, the only one, but like you're not running away. Like it's you and your family being together and
Yeah.
getting away from all these toxic bitches.
You said it, babe. Bye, bitch. Back in Vegas, Jessi says that she feels like the girls in the group are uptight and she's the more relaxed one and she likes to have fun. Jessi said that she planned a surprise and hopefully the husbands don't kill her.
Uh-oh.
A party bus pulls up and they all get in and everyone's excited and they're all like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool." Which is like, that's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
seems like a fun
Everybody
time.
loves a good party bus.
Hell yeah. Jen's on the bus and she says that she's nervous and her husband's nervous. And Jessi says your husband should be nervous. And all the girls' faces drop. Jessi says she's worried that the husbands are going to hate her. And Layla's like, "We are not doing a strip club tonight." And Jessi says, "No, it's not a strip club, but it is entertainment." And then they all like see the Chippendales sign.
Okay.
So they're going to Chippendales.
Yeah. All right.
Jen is not happy and she is freaking out. Taylor goes to text Dakota what they're doing and asks how to spell Chippendales. And Jen yells from across the bus, "No, don't tell him. I don't want Zach to freak out just
Oh, because
yet." Because he is
they're
with
together.
Zach.
Yeah, yeah.
So she was like, "No, don't tell him yet. Like, I'm not ready." Jessi gets them the VIP package. And this is where it starts to cross the line. I feel like getting tickets to go watch a show is
Yeah.
different than this. So they get to meet the men.
Okay.
So they go behind the scenes and they meet the men before the show. And Jessi tells the men that it's Layla's first time in Vegas and that it's her birthday. Jessi then tells her to give her the special treatment. And one performer says, "Oh, she's going to get it." Jen is extremely uncomfortable because they're all like shirtless. Like, so they're in their costume shirtless. You meet the men with their buffness. So Jen is extremely uncomfortable. She's trying not to make eye contact and she's like looking at the floor. And it's like her and Michaela and Macy and Taylor like kind of all in the back. And then it's like Demi, Jessi, and like Layla like in the mix with all the guys.
Okay.
The guys then give Layla oil and have her rub it all over their bodies for their performance. Like, help me get ready. And then Demi and Jessi decide to help out in this situation.
Okay.
And Jen's appalled. And she's like, "We're all married women.
Right,
And now
right.
you're rubbing oil all over men's bodies. Like, the only one that should be doing this right now is Layla. If Jen would say, like, you should be doing this. Like, I don't
Right,
even think
right.
she would say you should." Demi, in an interview, says Layla's taking full advantage of being the single one in this group and she's living for it. She goes, "This is for you, baby girl. You're in there rubbing oil, yeah,
You're doing the
too."
same thing and you're married.
Yeah. The rest of the girls do not participate in this. Michaela says she's never felt so uncomfortable in her life. And then the girls go to take a group photo with the guys. And Jen's in the group photo, but then after, she just doesn't feel like it's a good look for them. So she's like, "I don't think we should be like associating with these guys, like posting them on social media." And everyone's like, "Oh, calm down. It's just a photo."
Right.
So Taylor and Macy, after the photo, thinks it's kind of cool that they met the guys, and Jen says she's shaking. Demi asks if she's freaking out because of Zach or is she really worried. Jen says that she doesn't think that they should be associated with them because it looks bad, and Jessi and Demi keep telling her it's fine. In an interview, Jen's talking about this, and she says it's disrespectful to her marriage in the church, and she says even though this is all a joke, but from the church's standpoint, this would be a bad look. So I think because Jen was the one that said about the drinking at Zach's parents' house that Mom Talk already had a bad look in the church.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not a good look for the church, probably. Yeah.
So
get
I
that.
think she is concerned about her appearance and like her character when it comes to the eyes of the church. Like,
Yeah.
I think she's more worried than the other girls being like the more modern, like the modern Mormon. She doesn't
it's
really
not even so
care.
much like what Zach's thoughts are, which I know he's probably mad, but like,
Yeah.
it's more than just what his thoughts are. It's the church, it's the community, it's
Yeah.
everybody else looking at you. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so that's Jen's like really like upset about all this. So they finally make it to their VIP booth area to watch the show, and Jen is telling Macy that she'll be there for Layla and she'll sit in the booth and she'll watch the show, but the minute one of them tried to make her go on stage, she's out of there. Jen says that she would be a divorced woman if that were to happen, and Macy's like, "Just tell them no." Taylor says Dakota is mad, so I guess Taylor did text Dakota. Jessi says she feels bad because everyone is going to be in trouble. Taylor says, "I don't care, I'm in trouble every day, so this is just another thing." Kayla returns to the group after calling her husband, and it turns out that her husband's also upset. So Jessi thinks that the men do nothing but cause drama, and in an interview, Jessi says that these ladies just listen to their husbands and are perfect little Stepford wives. She thinks this is supposed to be fun, and now she's just stuck with a bunch of sad moms.
Sad moms.
She said that if the husbands are upset by this, then that's something that's missing in their relationship because she knows that her husband won't care. So she thinks that there's like trust missing or
Right.
just understanding missing, and she thinks that this isn't an issue. I mean, I get that standpoint because it's fine for you, but if you have 3 women saying like my men are upset and not even on top of that, like Taylor wants to be there, but Jen's uncomfortable, Michaela's uncomfortable. Like, you have 2 people that are uncomfortable being there. Like, that's not a fun time.
No, the group's divided.
If
People are
they
not
were like,
enjoying
"I want to
themselves.
go, but I'm nervous about my husbands," and then got upset because their husbands were upset, it would be a little different of like, well, then you need to you want to be here and you were honest with them. but Jen does not want to be there.
Right, right. Not at all.
I don't know. I had mixed feelings about all this because, like, I can understand both sides a little bit, but it just seems like Jesse's very, very dismissive and is like, you guys, like, have your own issues. This isn't like,
Right, yeah.
it goes a little bit beyond that in marriage where it's like, if someone was that uncomfortable or I was uncomfortable, then maybe there's something wrong there. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's different too. Like, it's a popular Vegas show.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go and just sit in like row 15 and watch it,
Yeah.
sure. But you're gonna be there rubbing oil on these dudes and have a VIP
Oh, the
like
scenes for next week, it
section.
gets worse.
Oh my. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's
At least for Layla.
I think
mean,
there's there's two different, like,
yeah.
you can have two completely different experiences, I guess, at this show. I didn't know there were. I mean, it makes sense that there's VIP packages. It's Vegas, make money and offer, experiences. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just gonna sit, and watch the show, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's an entertainment. But yeah, if you're gonna be rubbing oil on people and
Getting up there.
having VIP, I can next week, huh?
Yeah.
So we just take this episode and just right up there.
Jessi then gets up to film a TikTok, and she wants all the girls to be in the TikTok going, no boyfriends. And when she does that, Jen goes, I'm not going to be in this TikTok. Demi's like, why? We're just in a lounge with a bunch of girls having fun. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And Jen's like, I just think that this is disrespectful. Like, I'm not going to be here being like, no boyfriends, no husbands. Like, I think that that's not, like, I'm already not vibing with this. Like, I'm not going to do this. Demi thinks that Zach's and Jen's relationship is alarming because of how he wants their relationship to be a little bit more traditional, which I think if you both want that, then it's fine. Like, that's me personally. So Demi thinks that the husbands think that they're owed having their woman act a certain way to prove that they're the only ones for them. Like, they basically like their property. Like, that's how Demi was describing it. She thinks it's very strange and that the girls should be able to go out with their girlfriends, wear what they want, and still be completely loyal to their husbands, and it's not a big deal. Yeah, yes. And I think that they can, but with limits.
Yeah.
I don't know. I said it before. If they're uncomfortable themselves too, then that's when then they don't want to do that.
Right.
So Jessi does the TikTok and it goes, girls trip definition, no boyfriends, no bullshit, food. And so it's like
food.
So it is kind of funny, like the overall theme of it, like I would probably do it, but I think Jen was just so uncomfortable in that moment that she's like, I don't want to be in it. So
like if they didn't go to that show and all that shit didn't go down, she'd have been all right with that TikTok of like, no boyfriends, no husbands. Like,
I think she would have been more willing to do it. Like, I think she probably would have done that on the birthday weekend trip.
Right.
Like, it's actually just girls.
Yeah.
But they're filming this at the Chippendales. Like, I think that's what she's getting to.
In the VIP section.
In the VIP section after they rubbed oil
like a titty party.
So in the TikTok, it ends up being Jessi, Demi, Layla, Taylor, and Michaela. So Macy and Jen do not participate. Jen is contemplating if she should just leave, period. She decides to text Zach to tell him what's going on, and then you see Jen get up and leave on the phone, and she's telling Zach that it's a joke and that Macy went to the show with her mom, so it's really not a big deal. She tells him that she didn't even know where they were going until they got to the location. So this phone call is all one-sided. You can't hear Zach at all.
Yeah.
She asks him to stop questioning her character and starts crying, and then Taylor comes over to comfort her. She's telling him that she did nothing wrong in this situation. So Zach hangs up the phone on her. And at that point, Jen tells Taylor that Zach said that he doesn't want to be married to her anymore if she does stuff like this.
Oh my gosh.
Taylor's at a loss for words. And then in an interview, Jen is saying that this is definitely more than Chippendales. But she's not fully sure what all is his issue, but it has to be more than just this.
Yeah. But she called him to be like, look, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
This is more than I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry. And then he's like, I don't want to be married to you.
Yeah.
That's there's got to be other shit going on there.
1000%.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, unless he's that controlling. Unless he's that controlling.
But, she didn't know where she was going.
Mm-hmm.
She gets there. She says she's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to participate in any of this shit.
Right.
Then she calls him upset.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I didn't like, and then he's just like, I don't want to be married to you. Like that's crazy.
And it ends on that note.
That's it. That's the
That's
end of
it.
the
That's
episode.
the end of the
Oh my
episode.
goodness. Wow.
Yep.
This was a lot. This was a lot.
This was quite an episode.
This, as far as the episodes go, this had a lot going on. I feel like this was like episode maybe the second or third where there was like 3 different events happening.
The Galentine's Day, the party, the christening, or
Baby
the baby
blessing.
blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tough one for me to follow along. There was so much going on. This one had a lot going on.
So that a lot
This one
going
really
on.
had a lot going on. So it was tough to follow along. I'm definitely gonna have to.
Plastic vaginas, smaller boobs,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
Vegas, oil abs,
Yeah, I'm gonna really have to. I'm gonna have to.
horse shit.
Horse shit. Yeah, I didn't know. I've completely forgot about the whole like
That was like
farm
this
aspect.
much of the
Yeah.
episode was like Whitney at a farm.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to refresh myself before my recap next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen a time or two.
Yeah, I'll have to make you a pink pussy drink.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why we're just sitting here drinking beer and not, pink pussies and what was the other one? Labia something.
Peach on the beach and labialicious.
Labialicious. I could really go for a labialicious right now.
Gotta go figure out what was in those. They looked good.
I bet they did.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Follow us on Instagram at Reality Hits Matt. It's Reality Hits MAT. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to shoot us an email at realityhitsmatt@gmail.com. And we really appreciate everybody following along with us and listening every week. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you.